Moroccan Arabic in Morocco, or simply Maghrebi, is a language derived from a variety of Arabic spoken in Morocco. It belongs to the Maghrebi Arabic language continuum and is mutually intelligible, to some extent, with Algerian Arabic but hardly the Tunisian Arabic. It shows a very strong historical and linguistic Amazigh influence on it. The standard Arabic language, not spoken in daily life, is used for official communications by the government and other public bodies. However, Moroccan Arabic has a strong presence in Moroccan television entertainment, cinema and commercial advertising. Dialects. Moroccan Arabic is a covered term for several distinct dialects of Arabic, several belonging to two genetically different groups, pre-Hilalian and Hilalian dialects. Pre-Hilalian dialects are a result of early Arabization phases of the Maghreb, from the 7th to the 12th centuries, concerning the main urban settlements, the harbours, the religious centres as well as the main trade routes. The dialects are generally classified in three types: urban, village, and mountain, sedentary and Jewish dialects. In Morocco, several pre-Hilalian dialects are spoken. Urban dialects of Fez, Rabat, Saleh, Tazza, Tetouan, Ouezana, Cheychaouen, Tangiers, Asla, Laracha, Ksar el-Kabir, Mekna and Marrakesh. Mountain dialects of the southern and western Rif can be classified in two subdialects: northern dialects and southern dialects. Sedentary dialects of Zahoun and Sefru and the neighboring tribes. Remnants of pre-Hilalian dialects that were more widely spoken before the 12th century. Judeo-Moroccan, nearly extinct but with an extensive remnant literature. Hilalian dialects. Hilalian or Bedouin dialects were introduced to Morocco following the Hilalian invasion and the settlement of several Hilalian and Maquilian tribes in western Morocco by the Almohads and Almoravids. The Hilalian dialects spoken in Morocco belong to the Maquil subgroup, a family that includes three main dialectal areas: Western Morocco, Eastern Morocco and Western Algeria, and the southernmost Hassania area. Among the dialects, Hassania is often considered as distinct from Moroccan Arabic. Modern urban Koines are also based on the Hilalian dialects and have mainly Hilalian features. According to Alimam studies, the origin of this language would go back to over 3,000 years, being a singular evolution of the Punic language spoken by the Carthaginians under Amazigh influence. This Semitic language would be strongly Arabized after the Arab invasion to be virtually assimilated into the language of the conquerors. Vocabulary. Substrates. Moroccan Arabic is characterized by a strong Amazigh stratum. Following the Arab conquest, Amazigh languages remained widely spoken. During their Arabization, Amazigh became bilingual for generations before abandoning the language for Arabic. However, they kept a substantial Amazigh stratum that increases from the east to the west of the Maghreb, making Moroccan dialects of Arabic the ones most influenced by Amazigh. More recently, the influx of Andalusi Muslims and Spanish-speaking Moriscos influenced urban dialects with Spanish substrate. Vocabulary and loanwords. Most vocabulary of Moroccan Arabic is derived from Old Arabic, Amazigh supplemented by French and Spanish loanwords, depending on cultural background and degree of literacy. Those who do speak Darija may prefer to use Arabic words instead of the counterparts borrowed from French or Spanish, while those with Western education often speak Darija with more French and Spanish loanwords and adopt code switching between French or Spanish and Moroccan Arabic. There are noticeable lexical differences between Moroccan Arabic and most other dialects. Some words are essentially unique to Moroccan Arabic. daba now. Many others, however, a characteristic of Maghrebi Arabic as a whole, including both innovations and unusual retentions of classical vocabulary that disappeared elsewhere, such as hbet, go down, from classical habit. Others are shared with Algerian Arabic, such as hder, talk, from classical hadar, babble, and tema, there, from classical thama. There are a number of Moroccan Arabic dictionaries in existence: a Dictionary of Moroccan Arabic, Moroccan English, ed. Richard S. Harrell and Amp. Harvey Sobelman. Washington, D.C., Georgetown University Press, 1963. Jamal Fouché Amir al-Maghribiya, Muhammad Hulwa, Rabat al-Madras, 1988. Dictionnaire Colin d'Arabie Dialectal Marocain, by a Frenchman named Georges Séraphin Collin, who devoted nearly all his life to it from 1921 to 1977. The dictionary contains 60,000 entries and was published in 1993, after Collin's death. Examples of words borrowed from Amazigh: mushamesh, cat; keys, carrots; matisha, tomato; shal, how much; takshita, typical Moroccan dress; lala, lady, madam; henna, grandmother; disharati, shah, zone, region; negafa, wedding facilitator; sifat of safat, send; sebnia, veil; jada, carrots; sard, synonyma of scent, shlam; moustache; ories, heel; butt, navel, in the west; tamara, hardship, worries; tamsument, effort. Examples of words borrowed from French: fourchette, fourchette; automobile, automobile; automobile; telfaza, television; radio, radio; barma, appartement; rambouang, rond point; tobus, autobus; camera, camera; portable, portable; téléphone, téléphone; briquet, briquet; Parisiana, a French baguette. More common is comra, stick; disc, song; tran, train; sabitar, hospital; serbita, servilite; tabla, table. Examples of words borrowed from Spanish: some loans might have come through Andalusi Arabic brought by Moriscos when they were expelled from Spain, following the Christian reconquest, or, alternatively, they date from the time of the Spanish protectorate in Morocco. Rueda, rueda; cousina, cotsina; squilla, esquilla; semana, semana; manta, manta; real, real; funda, fondo; carroza, carroza; curda, cuerdo; karma, karma; plaza, plaza; el baño; coma, eat; disco, song; el mario, el armario; Blair, pla; Maria, Maria. Examples of words borrowed from Portuguese and German. They are used in several coastal cities across the Moroccan coast, like Walidia, El Jadida, and Tangier. Examples of regional differences. Now, diba in the majority of regions, but druk or druka is also used in some regions in the center and south, and drek or dirk in the east. When fukas in most regions, waxed in the northwest, but imta in the Atlantic region, and wektis in Rabat region. What? Asnu, snu, or as in most regions, but seni, senus in the north, snu, s in Fez, and wester, wamu, was in the far east. Some useful sentences. Note: all sentences are written according to the transcription used in Richard Harrell, A Short Reference Grammar of Moroccan Arabic. AIU equals full vowels equals normally, but in the vicinity of an emphatic consonant, a Q. E equals Q equals Q, XG equals X, Y equals J, T equals S, Z equals H equals per hour. DLRSDZ equals emphatic consonants equals DLRSDZ. Phonology Vowels. One of the most notable features of Moroccan Arabic is the collapse of short vowels. Initially, short A and I were merged into a phoneme E. This phoneme was then deleted entirely in most positions. For the most part, it is maintained only in the position CEC# or cecc-I, e, when appearing as the last vowel of a word. When e is not deleted, it is pronounced as a very short vowel, tending towards in the vicinity of emphatic consonants, in the vicinity of pharyngeal and para and elsewhere. Original short u usually merges with e, except in the vicinity of a labial or velar consonant. In positions where e was deleted, u was also deleted, and is maintained only as labialization of the adjacent labial or velar consonant. Where e is maintained, u surfaces as. This deletion of short vowels can result in long strings of consonants. These clusters are never simplified. Instead, consonants occurring between other consonants tend to syllabify, according to a sonance hierarchy. Similarly, and unlike most other Arabic dialects, doubled consonants are never simplified to a single consonant, even when at the end of a word preceding another consonant. Some dialects are more conservative in the treatment of short vowels. For example, some dialects allow u in more positions. Dialects of the Sahara and Eastern dialects near the border of Algeria preserve a distinction between a and I, and allow a to appear at the beginning of a word, e.g. aqs are shorter, adla, goa, ashab, friends, long a, I, and u are maintained as semi-long vowels, which are substituted for both short and long vowels in most borrowings from modern Standard Arabic. Long a, I, and u also have many more allophones than in most other dialects. In particular, a, I, u appear as in the vicinity of emphatic consonants, but elsewhere. In some dialects, such as that of Marrakesh, front-rounded and other allophones also exist. Allophones in vowels usually do not exist in loanwords. Emphatic spreading occurs much less than in many other dialects. Emphasis spreads fairly rigorously towards the beginning of a word and into prefixes, but much less towards the end of a word. Emphasis spreads consistently from a consonant to a directly following vowel, and less strongly when separated by an intervening consonant, but generally does not spread rightwards past a full vowel. For example, it at eggs, t at sparks, dr at stairs, drb at you, she hit him, talib student. Contrast, for example, Egyptian Arabic, where emphasis tends to spread forward and backward to both ends of a word, even through several syllables. Emphasis is audible mostly through its effects on neighboring vowels as syllabic consonants, and through the differing pronunciation of t and t. Actual pharyngealization of emphatic consonants is weak and may be absent entirely. In contrast with some dialects, vowels adjacent to emphatic consonants appear. There is no diphthong-like transition between emphatic consonants and adjacent front vowels. Consonants' phonetic notes. Non-emphatic t, in normal circumstances, is pronounced with noticeable affrication, almost like, and hence is easily distinguishable from emphatic t, which can be pronounced as. However, in some recent loanwords from European languages, a non-affricated, non-emphatic appears, distinguished from emphatic t, primarily by its lack of effect on adjacent vowels. Per meter, b, f, are very distinct consonants that only occur geminated, and almost always come at the beginning of a word. They function completely differently from other emphatic consonants. They are pronounced with heavy pharyngealization, affect adjacent short, unstable vowels but not full vowels, and are pronounced with a noticeable diphthongal off-glide between one of these consonants and a following front vowel. Most of their occurrences can be analyzed as underlying sequences of MW, FW, BW. However, a few lexical items appear to have independent occurrences of these phonemes, G per meter, M mother, P and V occur mostly in recent borrowings from European languages, and may be assimilated to B or F in some speakers. Unlike in most other Arabic dialects, non-emphatic R and emphatic R are two entirely separate phonemes, almost never contrasting in related forms of a word. L is rare in native words, in nearly all cases of native words with vowels indicating the presence of a nearby emphatic consonant. There is a nearby triggering T, D, per second, Z or R. Many recent European borrowings appear to require some other unusual emphatic consonant in order to account for the proper vowel allophones, but an alternative analysis is possible for these words where the vowel allophones are considered to be phonemes on their own. Original Q splits lexically into Q and, in most dialects, but Q is preserved all the time in all of the big cities such as Casablanca, Fez, Tangier, etc., and all of the mountainous regions. For all words, both alternatives exist. Original D normally appears as, but as if a sibilant, lateral erotic consonant appears later in the same stem. Les, he sat, zzar, butcher, does, go past, like in Western Algerian dialects. Original per second is converted to if occurs elsewhere in the same stem, and Z is similarly converted to as a result of the following: M sun versus MSA AMSU 2 versus MSA Zord pair A glass versus MSA Zudad, etc. This does not apply to recent borrowings from MSA, nor as a result of the negative suffix or I. The gemination of the flap R results in a trill R. Writing. Moroccan Arabic is rarely written, and there is no universally standard written system. There is also a loosely standardized Latin system used for writing Moroccan Arabic in electronic media, such as texting and chat, often based on sound letter correspondences from French, English or Spanish, and using numbers to represent sounds not found in French or English. However, most systems used for writing Moroccan Arabic in linguistic works largely agree among each other. A Moroccan alphabet, Amazigh Maghrebi is being developed. http://www.it.The old KH equals HA GH equals gain SH equals sin A equals ein H equals HA Q equals QAF. Long vowels A, I, U are written I, U. E represents E, and O represents U. A is used for A in speakers who still have this phoneme in the vicinity of pharyngeal and para. A, I, and O are also used for ultra-short vowels used by educated speakers for the short vowels of some recent borrowings from MSA. In practice, E is usually deleted when it is not the last vowel of a word. Some authors omit in transcription KTKTBU you are writing instead of KTKTBU. Others maintain the E, but it never occurs in an open syllable. Instead, the E is transposed with the preceding consonant, which ends up following E, known as inversion. Y represents J, H and represent pharyngeal para and G and X represent velar and X. T, D, S, Z, R, L represent emphatic T, D, S, Z, R, L. S, Z represent hushing.